I've been a professor at the School of Medicine and the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania for about 20 years. One of the interesting things to me was I had just done a really hard week of training for a 70.3 Ironman, and I felt great. I never had any symptoms, and then suddenly, one night, that fateful night in Cincinnati, it all changed.
Dr. Volp developed a sudden cardiac arrest and collapsed at the dinner table.
You're sitting around having dinner, and then all of a sudden, the conversation between Kevin and myself, it stopped, and then all sort of hell broke loose, and he slumped over on the table. And
immediately, his daughter's coach recognized that he was in distress.
So I picked up the phone, and I heard Gina's voice. I knew at that moment that something was wrong, because why was she calling me?
One of the things that has struck me as a medical professional is the limitations we have in terms of being able to figure out who's going to have a heart attack and when they're going to have one.
I think everyone should know CPR outright. That while his heart was unable to pump for him, other people were doing it when needed. And the links in the chain in terms of healthcare were there. And because they all worked, his life was saved.
I just kept waiting for someone to call me about how the cath lab went. It was a nurse, and she said that he was out of the cath lab. It all went well. He was stable, but in really critical condition. I had no idea how tenuous it was from the moment it happened, and how if one thing hadn't gone exactly the way it had, it wouldn't have been okay.
Being prepared in CPR helped me save a life.
And I remember him asking, well, how do you know that I had high quality CPR? And my response was, I'm having a conversation with you 24 hours after you had a cardiac arrest.
I was so grateful to get home. I remember we all got back here and we were all hugging, and then we all came into the house together, and it was really special to be back home.
Thank you.